major. EROS on the field, though. We'll see what they got.
The victory lap continues for Ground Zero Gaming. They get to do whatever they do in this major and probably be having a front row seat along the way, and then they get to watch all the chaos ensue between the likes of Mind Freak, Green Society, and of course the Renegades. But they got business to take care of here in EROS, and Amphis throwing one up to the backboard, meeting Sprat, two of the leading scorers for their respective teams yesterday. And in fact, Azra and Amphis leading the major in both goals and assists per game. That's unheard of.
And, you know, we saw Amphis a little bit yesterday, Stacks, at least for you and I on the first match. It was, you know, phenomenal performance. And at least in my eyes, he's definitely the biggest threat when it comes to Ground Zero Gaming. That's going to be something EROS are going to have to find an answer for. Right now, it's been pretty tame, though, to start. First minute's gone by and nothing doing on both sides of the field.
That's the call before the storm, though. One bounce in front. Torsos couldn't get the final touch, and now Sprat just threw Express right there at Amphis, who just seems to be everywhere for Ground Zero Gaming. Cabo doing all he can to delay, but he never has two teammates on the field. Sprat taken out. He's finally back in. That'll get down to Mock. Good direct in front, but nobody else is there in front, and Cabo, little indecisiveness, leaves Mock all alone at the back, and finally comes back to join him. Sprat looking for the opening strike, and Express with a big save.
That save will come out, and we are seeing a little bit of offense here from EROS. That midfield battle, biggest thing so far. And then also, look at that speed from Sprat. He sees Amphis on the side, tries to get in front of him, says, I don't want you to get any time on the ball because I know what you can do with it. They've been limiting his opportunities in the start of this game.
Torsos over Sprat. Cabo circling around. Will finally get a shot off. Sprat with a demolition that is of little consequence because they did not take out Amphis, who again going to have his handprints firmly over everything that Ground Zero accomplishes this weekend. Express on his way back. Got to get to this from Mock. He does. And look at Express just going to continue the play downfield. He too just seems like he's in multiple places at once, and that's the speed that Ground Zero plays with. Amphis double. It is in.
There's the start here. Amphis finally gets some time with the ball, and he makes the most of it. Simple and effective is the double tap. Ground Zero on the board.
Looked like it was off for a moment, but he gets the kind bounce off the inside of the post, and it just comes from out of nowhere. Teams going back and forth. Suddenly, Amphis happens, as was the case all throughout yesterday. Sprat's got this one cleared away, but Amphis gonna have all the time in the world. That is bad news for Team EROS. I mean, you just watch, they all retreated. As soon as Amphis got on the ball, you finally come up, as Torsos will make the stop. That kicks right out for Cabo. Free ball, what can he do with it? Amphis bearing down on him oh so quickly, and again, Ground Zero stifle EROS.
EROS are trying to fight back, though, and you see Sprat just taking that extra foot forward, trying to use that to see whether or not the offense can finally push up. But the biggest thing is stopping the momentum from Ground Zero Gaming and limiting their free time on the ball, because remember, that's how Amphis set up the double.
Remember, all best of sevens here on Championship Sunday, as Amphis will bank one out. He can follow this himself, and Torsos as well. Cabo's shot's going to be off the mark. And Express make sure there's no easy rebound. Team EROS having to work for every opportunity they get, and Torsos almost made it 2-0. Amphis going to have a look, but he'll back off, and it will be Mock bringing it back through. EROS doing well to hold Ground Zero only to 1, but they're not getting many good looks on the other half of the field. That defensive grind isn't really serving them well because they're the ones trailing in the final minute. Sprat will have a chance, but Amphis cuts it out.
Amphis taking his time. That one's kicked out. And Torsos will be able to at least get, a little bit of space here. But this one, final 40 seconds, this may be the drive. Cabo needs to get there quickly. Torsos with the recovery. Mock middle, no one there. Amphis will knock it away.
Boy, that's the one. It has to get through some way, somehow. Just not enough speed. Now it's Express denied by Mock. Follow-up from Torsos just goes off to the side, wasting a little bit of time, forcing Team EROS to go chase him down and maybe abandon the net. Amphis just delaying again, and look at all the time burned off the clock with only one shot on target in this sequence. Now two, and Amphis gets his.
That's exactly what you want to see from Ground Zero. Amphis perfect in the shooting department. Hasn't taken many shots, but when he does, it's going in. EROS, they just haven't found that blueprint quite yet. Ground Zero still on top. A big start here in game one.
Just under a goal and a half per game for Amphis, and he's the only scorer in game one. Ground Zero with a clinical shutout of Team EROS.
And a lot of this is mainly, that midfield game that was being played over the course of this first one. Teams were fighting for possession a lot, and EROS, although they were able to keep up the pressure overall, you could see signs of weakness, and it led Ground Zero to have some decent shot opportunities, and Amphis especially comes up clutch. Though you do have to give credit to Express, he was a big factor in giving Ground Zero that space that they were able to utilize.
Got to give credit to EROS too. I mean, we've seen Ground Zero run up some silly numbers against teams. EROS is not just going to be, a welcome mat for these guys. They are going to put up a fight, and that defensive battle they put up, it'll serve them well. Problem is they've got to get on the board early on so they can defend a lead, not just defend a one-goal deficit.
That's something that you really hit on the nail, Stacks, is the early offensive pressure. Getting that first lead too just kind of solidifies, okay, we have set the pace of play, and we are not here to just play from behind. We're playing to win, not lose to you, Ground Zero, as so many teams have tried to do and have not succeeded in. Game two on your screen, we'll see what EROS got.
Many have tried, few have succeeded in knocking off Ground Zero, especially in a major. Torsos got that one past Mock, and it's Ground Zero in front again.
It's the speed here, Stacks. Torsos doesn't miss a beat. Right off the bounce, rips it to the bottom right corner.
Only 19 seconds gone by, and all that talk about EROS needing to jump in front early. Well, here we go. Now they got to find a quick answer, and that is not likely to help things. So Cabo got one out in front. Nobody else was chasing. They all expected that ball to be cleared downfield quickly. It was, especially with that pinch. Sprat will just play that further on and have to go chase it down himself. Doing a lot of work on this team, as he did yesterday. We saw primarily on the B stream. We got to catch a glimpse of Sprat and EROS on this stream as well. Had a big day, but it just wasn't enough. Torsos now with Express going after Cabo, and Cabo avoids that, makes the stop, got the boost and the ball. Now can he hit Sprat in the mid? No, Amphis all the way up to meet him. Oh, this is Jeff. Mock bouncer, and Express still managed to make the stop. Actually might have got some help as well, and everybody pushed forward. Amphis picks the bones, and it's 2-0.
The transition here. This is exactly what Ground Zero want to see. Look at Torsos. Hammers in midfield. Knows Amphis is there. Ground Zero on the counter. Name a better duo.
We saw 9 goals out of Amphis yesterday against Cringe Society. What are we going to see for an encore now that he's got a best of 7 to work with? Bank is open. No, Cabo makes the save. Now Torsos looking for Express. Got it over to him, and Express just a little bit wide. Amphis coming in, and he's got his 4th.
Extra effort. One here from Torsos, another from Express to find the double. Those 2 moves are what sets up Amphis to push in that 3rd goal. Ground Zero have found the recipe past Team EROS, and EROS are struggling to adapt.
It is absolutely silly when you think how often Amphis scores that he's also leading the tournament in assists. Like, that is bizarre. And he's got a hat trick in less than 2 minutes.
I love this. Turns, pre-jumps, knows exactly where that's going, and bang, right under the bar. Amphis showing up here with his 3rd goal.
I mean, this is goofy stuff right now out of Amphis. Unbelievable. We have not had a 5-goal game, just to throw this out there, in a best of 7 this whole season out of Oceania. Amphis, pretty good candidate to pull it off here. Torsos, missed there. Cabo. Oh, Sprat had a chance to run interference and said he hesitated, and that costs EROS a big opportunity. A shot goes wide here, and Amphis will collect. A little double commit with Torsos, but when you're up 4, who cares? He's going to try to score this. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I really want to see if he can make the musty happen. He still has time. Keep in mind, this game is halfway over. And ground zero, just looking at how they're moving up the field, everyone from Team EROS is a little worried. Yeah, I saw Cabo on the side. Well, he has to dodge towards us. He's not even on the ball. He's supposed to be the next man up. And he's on the sidewall, completely removed from the play, worried about a demo. This may be a chance. No, Mock, a little too aggressive. Cabo's trying to slot him a pass, but the defense is set from ground zero gaming. And you can see EROS trying to play around that, but it's easier said than done.
Mock bounce going out, Torsos right there, and Amphis and Express will stay way, way back. Now this is on target, just off the bar on the save. Cabo gets one on the board, and EROS gonna start marching back.
Yeah, this is good for EROS and good for Cabo. Remember, Yummy was talking about Cabo, trying to make sure he has a good performance here, and he is able to slot one in for EROS. Again, now you start looking at the clock, down by 3 with 1:52 left. Is that enough time for EROS?
Sprat missing out of the corner there, and Amphis will collect yet again. What else does he have in the tank? Not a whole lot, but he's still gonna get a shot off, and Mock makes the save. Torsos now, he's up the ladder. Amphis with another opportunity, and the save is made. Sprat will clear away. You know, we talk about this like it's just a free play session for Amphis. It's still a game here. 3 goals, 1:20. We've seen stranger things happen, and EROS does have 1 on the board, but Sprat gonna have to do a lot of work if he's gonna get this EROS squad back in arm's reach of this game. As Express with another clear, Sprat will have full boost, but he's got to create something big here.
Oh, the flick straight down, but a double commit. That's not a good sign. Amphis gonna look to go the other way. Does he have it? He will try to get that middle, and even Express was played upfield. Didn't expect that one to go as fast as it did. That being said, as well as Amphis has been playing, you should kind of come to expect it. A redirected transition, though, and EROS are still showing some signs of life.
40 seconds here. You know, we talked with Amphis yesterday. He said, yeah, you know, we just kind of flip the switch at some point here. We'll go from goofing around, having fun, to super serious mode. They might need to flip that switch right now to close out game 2. EROS charging back in. Mock could make it real interesting. So too could Cabo, but his shot saved by Express. And now here goes Torsos, killing time. And that goes right to Cabo. So an fortunate break for EROS. A chance to get to within 1. Got it through. Mock is right there. His shot sailing a little high, and Express got there anyways. And that was the opportunity for Team EROS. Express will clear. Torsos even further. And time might just run out on EROS. One last good look out of Cabo. Demo from Sprat, and he missed the double. Follow from Mock, saved by Torsos. And a heartbreaking finish to game 2 as their golden opportunity goes by the wayside, and ground zero hangs on to win by 2.
So EROS did, start to battle back towards the end there, but ground zero had built up such a strong lead from so many different plays that EROS just couldn't keep up with it. And now we got a tactical timeout coming out from